Live as live can be.
There you go. You know what I was thinking, Uli? Can we have like a, you know how they have like a jingle before something
A
happens?
theme song?
Yeah,
We've been,
song, man.
We've been asking Ulises for a theme song since we started this podcast.
Can you do that? That's okay. I
We
think
can
we should
buy
do
a
it.
song, yeah.
It should be like a mariachi theme, dude. Make it real southern and Mexican.
Get it done. He's like, I hate you.
Well, all right, Mario, introduce the people that are here.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying thank you to Zarsky for being on the podcast. We here have Javier. We have Javier. We have Fernando, and we have Steven. These guys are the representatives of Zarsky's for today's podcast. We wanted to make sure that the people here in the Valley would know who works behind the name of Zarsky. For the people that are in the construction industry, they know that there's one of the biggest suppliers of lumber here in the Valley. Most of us in SCBA, if not all of us, usually do order something from Zarsky. I know Julio is a big purchaser from them. I know my dad is as well. But thank you guys for being on the podcast.
Hey, thank you for having us. We're glad to
my
be here.
pleasure.
Glad to be here. We're glad to be here a little bit closer.
Yeah, we're just gonna ask y'all to get a little bit closer. We gotta talk into the mics just so that the
Yeah, you'll be able to hear yourself too.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're glad to be here. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we'll tell you how this happened. Yes, I think it was Monday. We had a meeting, coffee shop meeting last minute, and then we had someone else on the podcast, and I said, "Hey, you know what? Let's get Zarsky in here. We've been trying to get Zarsky here for a while,
Quite a few months now.
quite a few months." And I think it was February or March when we went to Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
It was March.
It was March. We went to Lake Tahoe on the yearly trip. Ruben was there, Mr. Reese.
Yeah.
Mario's pops. And we said, hey, why don't you guys come down? We met Steven. Steven's the guy in charge of Zarsky. We'll introduce him personally right now. And I said, why don't y'all come down? And he says, absolutely, we'll do it. And I thought it was the whole like, yeah, we'll do it. You know, I'm the new white guy in charge. And you know what I mean? And I'm okay. And I'll go. But no, he came down to it. I called Bernardo. I sent a text message to Deacon and to Bernardo. On this, I think it was that Monday. And Bernardo was like, yeah, I'm down. And I said, give me Steven's number. And I called Steven, and he said, like, you know what? I'm busy, and I'll call you. So he calls me yesterday. He had to switch some stuff around, and he made the trip down from Victoria.
Yeah.
From Victoria, he came down. So we really appreciate that.
That's really cool.
be here.
When I found out that you were going to be on the podcast, I was actually really excited. I was not expecting for you to be on the podcast.
Yeah, we're honored to be here.
Thank you
Honored to
so
be here.
much.
Thank you guys for having us.
You want everybody want to introduce?
Yeah, introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, Javier Castañeda, been with Zarsky for 17 years.
17 years?
17 years.
Outstanding, sir.
So then you were 50, so now he's 77. He aged well. I'm going to get in the lumber business.
Wow.
Been in the lumber business for around 28 years. So
Wow.
Yep. So never thought of it as a career, but it is, and I love it. So.
And you know what? Javi takes care of a couple of the builders that we have in the organization, primarily. He does Waldo Homes.
Yes.
He does myself. He does, who else do you do that's with us?
I have a Castle Bridge.
Okay.
Leaf Homes.
We need to get Mondo in, man. Mondo's an army guy.
Yeah, he
He needs to join us. Well, thank you, Javi.
Can you push the microphone just a little closer? Just a little closer. I want to make sure that they can
Don't be afraid, bro.
hear you. That's the first fumble on the podcast. That's
It
what I'm
had to be
talking
Javi.
about. That's what I'm talking
had to
about.
be
To
Javi.
the right, to the left, fumble.
It's all good, man.
That's all good.
Javi.
Then we got Bernardo.
Yeah, Bernardo Claro. So I've been with the Zarsky now a full 6 months, but I have been around the building industry for quite some time, over 20 years.
Doing what, Bernardo?
So retail, mostly all retail, and it was all Lowe's. So I started working with Lowe's, man, slinging bags of mulch, concrete. Steven talked about earlier that it's some hot summers at Lowe's, especially when you go back. I don't know that far. That far back. It's some tough days, man.
Yeah.
So it sort of kind of pushed you to the test. But I grew up with Lowe's and as a retail business, and I got the opportunity to interview with that man right across the table right here, and he gave me the opportunity. That was about 6 months ago now, and I love it. I think the the difference between taking a corporation that big, right, and kind of coming to Zarsky, which is a more family-oriented business, but it's been around for arguably 100 years, give or take. And just to be able to work with people like yourself and the vendors, that one-on-one relationship, it's you really don't get that opportunity when you were with a corporation that big. So I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you for having me, guys.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you. We'll circle back with you too.
Mr. Steven, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen West. I've been with Zarsky for about 9 months now, and literally have been in the building material business, lumber business all my life. My dad started, so I'm second generation as well. My dad started in 1968. My dad's 73, still in the business today, still works full time.
Awesome.
And so very proud of my dad there. And I started with the lumber building material business, working on job sites as a 16, 17-year-old kid, loading shingles. Spent time supporting, supplying to brick masons bricks, and ended up on the lumber yard as a kid. Went all the way through being a lumber loader to a delivery driver, yard supervisor. Worked my way up into commission sales, and then made my way into leadership.
There you go.
And so been very blessed for many, many years. I started in 1989, 1990 with Lowe's when it was pro, about 95% pro.
What does that mean, 95% pro?
Yeah, so the mix back then, different than the Lowe's
Than it is
generation.
now. Yeah,
Than the
totally
generation
different.
Bernardo started. When I started, we were 11,000 square foot store, which looks like a Zarsky.
Just
Lowe's.
one?
Yeah, just the first one I started in was 11,000 square feet. And it was about 95% commercial contractor business.
Okay.
And so we'd have 14, 15 trucks and 35, 40 employees, very familiar with the pro business. And so I was blessed to go through the whole evolution of the pro all the way into kind of internet retail side of the business. But, you know, that Lowe's was still a very dominant pro, supplier. So was able to come join Zarsky in July, and very familiar with, the lumber, the building material construction side of the business. But for me, the thing that I value the most is, Bernardo alluded to, we've been around since 1928. And when you really think about, older than Walmart, older than Lowe's, older than Target or Depot, Zarsky's been here a long time. And it's really grounded in family. But the thing that I love is we come alongside the customer. And we have a lot of customers that have the dream that we did. They're guys that started out as lumber kids.
Okay.
And
Mario.
And,
Yeah.
and we're able to build their business. A lot of these businesses we compete against, they're kind of what we would call cash on the barrel, kind of a cash and carry, where they don't extend, credit terms to the customer. And when you really think about how difficult it would be in this environment to say, hey, I want to start building homes, if you had to do that on a cash basis, that's pretty tough.
It is.
Quite frankly, it'd be impossible. And so we will come alongside a builder and we'll provide outside salespeople that are literally construction experts. And I don't know how many people that I've met with just in the last 9 months of being here that said, hey, you guys actually, I really didn't know what I was doing. I just had a dream. I just had a dream that I wanted to build a custom home business at some point, and I really didn't even know how to read blueprints. You think how risky and scary that is, but you guys came alongside me, and you were really kind of my general contractor, and I learned and I grew with you. And so for me, I think it's not really about selling a product to someone. It's really coming alongside them and having a shared dream where we can grow our businesses together. We're locally led. We have empowerment in the community to be a part of the community. I love that part. We're able to meet our employees' needs, exceed them, whether that be through an employee relief fund. If someone has a challenge in their life, we had an associate just recently, as a matter of fact, about 2 weeks ago, that had a tragedy in their lives, and it was amazing. On a Sunday,
Right.
We did a barbecue plate drive, and we supplied the need for that employee internally.
Wow.
And those are those moments in life when you look back that are those aha moments. There's those moments in your life you say, hey, we made a difference in someone's life. And that's really what this business is about. There's a calling on our lives. We believe that. For sure, there's a calling on our lives to do more than just sell bricks and sticks. And so I think we're a part of building dreams. I think the American dream is being lived out at this table. Every facet of this table. To be here is an honor, but I believe there's a season in our lives where we're coming alongside these men and women and we're growing their businesses. So for us, it's more than, it's not as transactional.
Right.
And again, I'll just say, I won't call out a company, but I'll just say from a big box perspective, from a kid that was around that his whole life, what I saw is that business became less personal, became more transactional.
Of course,
right?
of course.
And it, we take value that we know each other on a first name basis, and we care about each other. It's genuine. When we see our customers, it's physical. We hug. We care about their business, and when they go through a challenge, we go through it with them. And so that's the part of the business that keeps me coming back every day, and that's what drives me and motivates me with our people. We're changing lives in South Texas. We've been a part of evolving our pay plan at Zarsky this past year. We've seen some significant changes since we've been blessed to be acquired by Kodiak Company. We've really been able to grow and enhance our people's quality of life from a financial standpoint.
I got a question.
Sure, yeah.
Kodiak.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what and who Kodiak is for the people?
Yeah, absolutely. Be honored to. Yeah, Kodiak is really what we would call our parent company, but it's a little different than the traditional company and an acquisition company that you would think of. Most acquisition companies, when you come in, they will take a standard operating procedure and they will convert that company to Lowe's many years ago bought out a company called Eagle Hardware on the West Coast, and I was a part of that acquisition and change out. And we came in and literally took off all of the letters at the front of that store, converted the Pagoda to a Lowe's store, converted everything in there, the uniforms and everything. Kodiak would be the complete opposite. If I didn't tell you we were a part of Kodiak,
We wouldn't know.
You'd have no idea.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd have no idea.
Yep.
And so, but the thing that they provide us is this kind of jet fuel to be able to say, this is our dream around employee development. We have no employee development. We need about $50,000 to be able to do this the right way. And they come along as a liaison and say, hey, these are the assets we have where you can grow your company. Hey, our fleet is old, it's tired, it's expiring. And they will come alongside us and say, hey, here's the resources that we have. And so for us, rather than being this small, 7-shop hardware store, now we've got the ability to come out there and say, hey, this is Kodiak Company. We're 40, 50 companies strong all across the United States. And so it gives us a footprint and a presence where in years past, the big guy, again, I won't use the name, but the big box, their goal was to close Main Street, was to really take little guys like us and put us out of business.
Okay.
Well, how would you know that? I lived almost 30 years of my life on the other side of
Doing
the aisle doing that. And so I understand what combat is. It's the art of war. And they absolutely play that very well. They're a $100 billion company for a reason.
Right.
So I think for us, we've been blessed to have an incredible partner in Kodiak that empowers us to be able to continue to be locally led. We make the decisions locally in our community, what we want to do, but they give us the ability and the confidence. That's probably the main word. They give us the confidence.
The resources.
Yeah, the resources. Yeah, right. And to be able to go in there and with confidence say, hey, we're coming in here to make an impact, and we need to do the right thing by our customer and by our employee. And so they're an incredible partner for us.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Right now that you said that one of the foundational assets or aspects of Zarsky is, the family, right?
Yeah.
And there's one guy that rings a bell to me. He works for Zarsky, but he works for Zarsky out in Kingsville. And this guy, I shit you not, brother. I could call him right now, and he'll be like, "What's up? What do you need?"
Yeah. Jaime?
What's Jaime?
Jaime, yeah.
Jaime, if you're listening, you're my boy.
Yeah.
How do you know it was Jaime?
No, yeah, you just know.
You just know.
Because it's a testimony.
Yeah.
It's a complete testimony. And it's solid a human being as I've ever met. And I met tens of thousands.
He's amazing.
He's
and
solid.
I once told my dad, because I finish almost every afternoon sitting next to my pop and we talk.
What a blessing.
And we talk a lot. And one thing I once told him, I was like, bro, I would never let go of Zarsky because of Jaime.
That's amazing.
Because I love that guy. There's a certain feeling you get when if something goes wrong and with a delivery or something. It doesn't even matter if it has to do with him. He's gonna go and hey, I need you to go check. I got you. Give me. Even if he's like, hey, give me 2 hours. I'll be there in 2 hours or whatever.
Right.
I'll go check what's going on. Hey, cause I'm not around, bro. I need you to go. I'll be there. And he'll go send you pictures, call you, and you're just like, dude, a person like that is indispensable.
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
That's the intangibles, right?
right.
You can't measure that with numbers, right? It's just a feeling.
Yeah.
And that's what Zarsky brings to the table. I can attest to that because when I started Once Upon a Time, which wasn't that long ago, it was like 9 years, 10 years ago, it was on credit, bro.
Yeah,
like
I
I had savings of like I think $20,000, and I put it on a lot that Cruz Cantu helped me with, and I needed a net 10 account because I needed the draws to help me out, right? And ever since then, you can ask Billy Rose, my boy Billy, realtor, good
Billy.
guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Billy.
He was invited. He said he couldn't make it.
Yeah,
Just letting you know.
right. Whatever. You got the big boss
He's
here.
a big baller, man.
Yeah,
Hey, I like Billy.
Big money, bro.
I love Billy, and he's a big bowling guy, by
Yeah.
the way, Billy. Anyway, which you guys supported us in this other.
As
Did
a bowler.
Zarsky?
Yes,
They did.
support- okay,
Absolutely.
Very
Zarsky
good.
got a lane.
We need you.
We
We need
missed
you back
Mario
down.
is not the
Yeah, we
best
missed
bowler,
it.
bro.
No, I'm not.
He is
no,
not.
you know
But
what?
he is the best drinker, by
Yeah,
the
that's
way.
for
You know it. I was actually with Billy the whole time. Billy comes up to me. He's like, "How in the hell did you do this?" I'm like, "Do what?" He's like, "How did you throw this bowling tournament?" I was like,
He was impressed, bro.
I was like, "I just threw it together." He's
He
like,
was impressed.
He's like, "I'm a bowler. You know that I'm a real bowler." I was
We
like,
know
I
that.
had no idea, bro.
I had an idea.
had
He's
no
our
idea.
ringer now.
Oh, is that the
anyway?
deal? Yeah.
So going back to the story is that you guys helped us out, right? And,
Yes, sir.
And ever since then, I was so grateful because I had no credit history on the business side. But Philip, which you came to replace, right?
Right.
Was the guy, the main dude. He was the Steven back then, and he helped us out. And ever since then, never had a late payment.
Yeah,
Always paid on time, which is a thing that you have to do with any company.
For sure.
But doing that now, I mean, I think the experience has been great. And talking about customer relations, you got a cap and it says customer appreciation. Tell us about where we met, right? And what you guys do every single year. I know this is the first year you guys have been a part of it.
Yeah.
Javi has been a part of it for many, many years. But and your father as well, and you as well, and us and
Yeah.
stuff. What do you guys do every year, regardless of the pricing that you already give us, competitive to other companies here, right? What do you guys do every single year to the people that buy from you, or what's
Yeah.
available?
Yeah, pretty unique, especially in this environment. We every year we have an annual what we call our Zarsky trip, and it ranges from Hawaii to Alaska to Tahoe, you name it. We've been to Ireland,
Puerto Rico.
yeah, and so this year we're going to Puerto Vallarta.
Yes.
Right, and so
If you want to see some white legs,
oh yeah, he's got them.
this guy right
Yeah.
here,
No doubt
he
about
came
it.
out with the whole
Yeah.
beach ball.
But he's gonna
and-
Yeah, I
rock
saw that.
those legs for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I went fishing. I went fishing about I think 2 weeks ago, and I don't even know why, man. I saw my fishing pants, and they were like rolled up in one of my cabinets, and I didn't grab them. I was like, yeah, I'm going out in the water, you know. And I wore some shorts, and I was wearing long sleeve, and the long sleeve came with a hoodie.
Yeah.
I shit you not, bro. I got off the boat. I was like, fuck, dude, my legs are on fire. What the hell's going on? Dude, I still have the tan line.
Yeah.
I still have the tan line.
I thought you looked darker, dude. When I saw you, I was like, "Is that him?" No, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
Fair.
Steven, you need a drink up, bro. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Hey, you guys are you got me running and gunning on this end.
No,
You
no,
get me
no.
talking about business. It'll be 2
No.
hours in.
No.
Right?
Yeah, you have to turn that
You're
thing
gonna
over.
start giving us discounts right now.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
No, but it was funny, man. You should have seen it. And I was out there, and you know the thing about do you like to fish? Are you a
Absolutely.
fish?
Yeah, I'm a fly fisherman.
Well,
Okay,
you know what?
that is awesome.
Hey, Mario, we wouldn't know that. He's never invited us. So how
Yeah.
would we know he likes
Yeah,
to fish?
That's awesome.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm not big on fishing. I'm more.
Oh, get outta here.
I like hunting.
Oh, get
I
outta
like
here.
I like hunting. You
Get
know,
outta here,
you
Mario.
can find me on the weekend at my ranch. I'll be working, right?
Oh.
Like I'm always with Pop.
Did I hear ranch and hunting?
Yeah, I think
you
so.
did.
Make a note of that.
Yeah.
I got my
Get your
notepad
notebook.
right
Yeah,
here.
whenever you want to
I got
go, you're invited. I'm telling you
I
right
got
now.
you that.
I got 4 blinds I can put you on. But
Make a note of that.
well,
4
actually, I got
blinds.
6 blinds I can put you on. But
Make a note.
Never been. Never
Got
been.
What's the date and time?
Never
you
been.
don't even hunt, bro.
I don't.
Can we get a copy
You
of
know
this?
what? At least the
Yeah, I
invite.
think
And
so.
so you know what? I don't hunt.
I think
I
it's
have invited you. You told me you don't hunt.
You know what?
just
You're
make a note
right.
of that.
My fault. My bad, and I apologize.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Back to we go
Yeah.
fishing, and I go fishing with Paco,
Yeah, of course.
So there's this guy in the organization that he's a big he's big on like promoting web designs and he has like a huge network of people. He's been around for almost 15, 20 years of what he does, right?
Yeah.
He's a big fisherman. The guy that's what he does on every weekend. Wow. That's what he does, right? And he'll go catch fish and he'll donate the fish to a local they feed like the homeless people.
Oh, wow.
So so that's what he does, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that's what he did. You know, I just like, that's Paco. You know, he does the websites and all this good stuff. We go fishing, bro.
Yeah.
And we're out there, this badass boat. Me and 3 other dudes. And I see this guy, and he's like, all right. So, why the hell are you taking off your shirt, bro? We're going to go fishing. What the heck's going on? This guy jumps in the water.
Oh.
He gets his reels. He has this contraption that he built himself, this PVC crazy-looking pipe. Puts it in the sand. He's like, all right, come back for me in 4 hours.
Is that kind of like a naked wade fishing kind of thing?
Yeah, it was like he's in the water, bro. And we're like on some walkie-talkies. And I'm like, there's no way in hell this shit works, bro. Yeah. We leave him in the water. And this guy looks like Lieutenant Dang out there, you know? And I'm like, what the heck is going on? This guy gets left there. And we go fishing for flounder, right?
Yeah.
So we're out there fishing for flounder. And we're at the Cullen Channel, what they call it or whatnot. And we're out there fishing. I didn't catch one thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a fisherman.
Did you catch a buzz at least?
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple beers, but dude, it was crazy. We come back, bro, and this guy looks. He's got I shit you not. He's got a bandana made out of the American flag. He's got a thing coming across his chest. It looks like the American flag says "I party" on it. And he's like, hey! He's like screaming at us, hey! We're like, what the heck's going on? He's like, I got all the reds we need, guys. I got all the reds. This guy pulls out the freaking rope out the water, bro.
The stringer.
The stringer, yes, sir. He pulls out the stringer. That's how you know I'm not a fisherman, right?
Yeah.
He pulls out the stringer. It's full of reds, bro.
Nice.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on? He's like, oh, yeah, I caught this in the first 15 minutes. I was here, man. I've been chilling for like the past 2 hours and 30 minutes.
That's
Wait
Paco
on
for
you guys
you.
to catch something.
So it's funny that you mentioned Paco, but when we started once upon a time, it was the same people that I used, bro. Bank of South Texas for financing, Zarsky for the lumber, Paco for the marketing. Now we added an addition, Ulysses. But he's been an OG from the go, bro.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
Paco has been an OG from the go, and I really appreciate that camaraderie because we talk about it all the time. We're here, and we're the next generation that's going to build the valley.
That's right.
We're not building the infrastructure, only some of us are, but the population, where are people going to live?
That's right.
Right.
It's us.
That's right.
And you guys are supplying that.
Yeah, we're honored to
It's
be
a
a part
bigger
of it.
picture.
Yeah.
It's a bigger picture.
Indeed.
It's not transactional.
Yeah, that's right.
Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
I'm with it.
I think for us, we're in the middle of a really what we would consider an evolution. You know, you mentioned Philip and Steve and some of those guys all the way back to Dan Coleman, and you know we're blessed to be a part of that. Those guys have built an incredible foundation, and I think for us, it's to take a company and how do we take that foundation and kind of plug upon it. We are within, I would say, 6 to 9 months from literally overhauling our website to be e-commerce compatible. We have so many of our customers that we're coming alongside and say, hey, I think we could save you some money in lighting and plumbing and appliances, things you're already buying, but you're not buying from us. And we feel like that, you know, we can be a provider, you know, to help continue to add value. That's really what we're wanting
Always
to do.
adding value.
Yeah, adding value. I think being able, most of us today, when you think about how we come to market, I think about it today. I went to put some gas in the truck. And so I had a pretty simple goal. I wanted to put a tank of fuel into the truck
Right.
to get A to B.
Right.
And I'm out, I pay at the pump, and it cuts off at 20 gallons.
Oh.
And so, again, I'm perplexed because I'm using the company card. What was the value add for me at stopping at that gas station? Because now tonight I've got to stop on the way home. And so I always think about how we come to market and come alongside you. How does it truly add value to your business? And what I hear from a lot of our customers is, hey, I really am struggling with big box, and I'm using Amazon a lot, which they are a game changer for sure, and I definitely want to give my respect to them, but it's a chasm. It's just this dark chasm. You're online, you send it. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I think for us, one of the things we continue to hear is, hey, would you be willing to get into the plumbing and electrical and appliance business and the cabinet business? Would you be willing to do that? so then we could send our customers and have more of a one-stop shop. So could you kind of blend a kind of what Lowe's does for us, Amazon does for us, but continue to keep that relationship with that salesperson? And so it's an incredible undertaking. It's risky. It's a very laborious process for us to build that from grassroots, literally. But we're in the process of doing that, and we've joined with our hardware vendor and several of our Kodiak company, and really utilizing the IT team, marketing team to come together and build a better mousetrap. That's really our goal.
So right now, for the people that don't know, we get viewers from all sorts of different backgrounds. Zarsky focuses on windows, doors,
yes,
lumber,
and building materials.
so building materials, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you're trying to implement now that you're missing?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I think if you walk into the typical home that we come alongside our customer to build, we do some track building, production builder, but we do a lot of custom home. And most of those are 1,800 to 2,200, 2,300 square feet historically. And I think for us, when you go walk that job site with some of our best customers, and you'll say, hey, did that come from us? Did that come from us? Did that come from us? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? We're only supplying about 20%.
Okay.
And so when you come alongside our customers, whether that would be, whether it's a production builder or a custom builder, we really like the product. We really love being able to call Jaime. And you guys, you take it personal. If it's a problem in the valley and you call Jaime, you call Victoria to Jeff, it's a problem for us as a company. And I think the customer right now is really looking for a one-stop shop. Yes. And they're looking for an elite experience that saves them time.
Because at the end of the day, Steven, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
It's the consumer.
That's the key.
The consumer, because they ask us, we got to answer to them. That's our boss.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
And if we give them a better seamless kind of process, and they can save money as well.
That's the key.
It's a win-win and a game changer for everybody.
Definitely keep people from running all over the place.
Yeah,
Send them to one location, preferably.
Yeah, I think a lot of our customers are really looking for, a not only a one-stop shop, but warehousing, being able to keep in stock the items on an interior finish. And, we're really coming alongside a lot of new vendors right now that are, aggressively pursuing companies. I think, again, the Kodiak brand gives us a lot of leverage there. We're about to enter a pretty significant contract with an appliance vendor where we can come in, and that's based on customer demand. Hey, would you guys be able to help us, finish out these 3 to 4 unit packages in some of these homes? And so there's a risk there, but the thing that's an advantage for us versus big box is we can sit down with our customers like today. We're not people that are big into titles. I'm the president of the company. I don't introduce myself that way. I'm Steven, and that's all I want to be. But we're blue-collar people. We're people that came up in the lumber yard. And our passion is helping grow our business while we grow others' business. And so I think we did, we spent time doing customer roundtables in all 7 cities where we operate, and the feedback we receive from our customers is, hey, would you come alongside us, and would you guys ever consider some of these categories? And so that really was the genesis of, hey, well, let's go to one of these LMC shows and let's really see what's available to us. And so we're excited to see. It's going to be a journey for us. I think the next 6 to 9 months, you'll see us be able to provide another 300,000 to 400,000 items that we could not provide even 90 days ago.
Wow.
And
that's
so I think it's going to be interesting. I really do. It's going to be an exciting journey for us. But it's these guys here. At the end of the day, I have a vision that's a shared vision with our team, but the execution of that vision is paramount. And these guys are the heroes of our company. That's where it happens on the desk. It's definitely not out of my seat. The vision is easy. The implementation of the vision, that's the challenge.
Yes,
and these guys are the blood, sweat, and tears of what we do. The genius behind what we do are these guys on the other end of the table.
Well, let me tell you, Steven, every Thursday, these guys are at my office. Well, let me rephrase that. Javi's at my office. Bernardo never goes.
Yeah.
He never goes, bro.
He's off on
I'm
Thursdays,
just kidding.
bro.
It's a joke. It's a
off on
joke.
Thursday, bro.
It's a joke.
Thursday's
It's
his
a
day
joke.
off,
I think there's a lightning about to strike you.
Thursday's his day
No,
off.
he's
That was in
there.
his contract, right, bro?
Yeah.
He gets every Thursday off.
Well, then good. He's been there,
I know.
3 times.
All my days off, all 3 times.
Just kidding. No, these guys are great. because it's an ongoing process. If we have systems to, build, let's say 30 homes at a time, once you start growing and you build 35, that's a different system.
No doubt. No
Different
doubt about
system. You know what I mean? And these guys are coming along, and we're coming along with them. They're coming along with us. It's been a great process for the last 10 years. And even if I wanted to shop around, when the guy in charge, deacon, baptized your son, you can't shop around, bro.
That's pretty heavy, bro.
My mom will kill me if I choose somebody else. I mean, that's your, ace in the hole there. But all jokes aside, I can't complain. You guys have always been responsive. That's my feedback, right? But I want to switch things around real quick.
Sure.
We started this organization about 3 years ago,
Yes, sir.
right? And we want some feedback from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you guys you guys are joining because you support your builders, right?
Right.
What are you guys looking for when you join an organization? Because I'm sure you join an organization.
You know what I was told today?
Victoria.
You know what I was told today? Right
Yeah.
now that we're talking about organizations, someone told me today. I been running through meetings all day. My first meeting, someone tells me, "You know how much they wanted to charge somebody to join an organization?" This person tells me they wanted to charge me $15,000.
What organization?
That's what I said. I was like, "What organization are you talking about?" "Oh no, it's an organization with just a bunch of people that are running supplies and I don't know what." And I was just like, "Well, God, 15,000 to be a member?
Yeah.
That is
Pretty
crazy."
exclusive.
I was like, I don't know what organization that is, but that's crazy. But that's a great question.
Yes. So what are you guys looking? Because we want to add value. We want to make sure that you
Right.
guys are saying, you know what? I want to go year after year, event after event, and be a number one supporter to these guys because they feel this need or they do this for us and we know that they add value to us. Round table.
I'd say the most important thing is if we're relating that to our business, right?
Yep.
It has to be relatable to what we do, what we provide for the customers. For example, what we provide for you. So that organization has to be built around that nucleus. Like the same customer like yourself has to be, I guess, built. The whole organization has to be built with the exact same customer
So is it
base.
safe? Is it safe to say this? If you join a builders organization,
Correct.
you want there to be builders.
Builders, 100%.
I mean, yes, of course, you appreciate the realtor, you appreciate the lender, and all
100%,
that,
yeah.
But you want there to be
Yes,
builders.
and the reason why I say that because one-on-one, I mean, I'm not gonna be having conversation with the bank, right?
You're not.
Or a title company. That's
Right.
not where we. That's not our specialty, right? We specialize in dealing with the one-on-one with the builder. So, for me to be able to say, yeah, man, I love to be part of that. Well, it has to be with the folks that we target, right? The folks that I like to meet one-on-one and have lunch and discuss true business and how we can help them. I can't help a banker.
Nope.
No, I can't help a title company.
Nope.
But I can help a new builder come along with us or help them build.
So is it safe to say that you want to join an organization for builders, by builders,
There you go. Something like
builder
that.
driven, right?
Right.
So it makes no sense joining an organization at this point that doesn't cater or doesn't have any builders, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think a couple things too. Not to dominate the whole conversation. I think for us, it's a lot. We have a lot of people come at us about joining organization, and I think, I've been a part of builder organizations that were, no disrespect intended. I look for vibrant. I look for, is it a living, breathing?
Yep.
It's a lot like with your wife joining a church. Is it feeding you? Are you feeding it? Are you serving together? And so when I think about joining an organization, it's not something that I just want to dedicate 1,000, 2,000, 1,800, 1,500, 15,000, God forbid. But I think for
God
us,
forbid.
yeah, I just, I think, no idea what that'd be, but yeah, I think that, it has to be something you come alongside, and it's further. It's about building that relationship deeper. It's really, I think a lot of the companies, my opinion, is it's kind of a check the box. I've had years that many years ago, hey, you've got to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Why?
We get
And
absolutely
I said-
nothing out of it.
And I say, well, why am I a member of the
Exactly.
Chamber of Commerce? Well, we always have been.
Okay.
What's the value?
Right, and so I've always challenged my guys, hey, I have no issue in you being part of the chamber, What are you attending meetings? Are
Yep.
are you serving? You know, what gain are you getting? But what are you giving back as well?
You know, that's crazy that you say
Right,
that right now.
right.
I had a builder that this builder was pretty interesting, and I meet a bunch of builders, and I meet a bunch of new builders, and this builder wasn't necessarily a new builder, but he's new to the valley, and he's rocking and rolling, man. This guy's he's got a lot of construction going on, and he's doing something. You know, what he told me he was doing is he's building homes with money from Mexico in order to generate enough money or some sort of value in the person's name to get them a visa.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Wow. What
So
an amazing
yeah,
story. Think about that.
I had never heard of that. I was like, man, that's interesting. So it's basically they are supplying money from Mexico, and he's gonna meet a certain cap that he's put in Mexican capital into the land, and he's building all these homes, selling them.
Is this
And
out of
then-
Brownsville?
Well, he's here in Edinburgh.
Huh.
Yeah, the guy's got some. I don't know. He's a new builder here, though, right? This is what he told me he was doing.
You got an AR out down there by chance?
Yeah.
This guy tells me this. He goes,
Electronics, sir.
He goes,
Thank you for that.
someone set up the meeting, and he had heard about South Texas Builders Alliance, and we started chopping it up. We started talking and stuff, and I'm dissecting this guy, and I'm like, okay, bro, like I'm trying to understand what he's doing. He goes, before I join STBA, I'm gonna join Edinburgh's Chamber of Commerce, and this is what I asked him. I was like, what would that ever benefit you when you have a network of pure builders and you have every company you may need? Dude, I see people, bro. I see people on this group chat. I see people ask for a framer, tile installer, stucco installer, all this stuff. And I'm just like,
Special items.
All day.
all day, every day,
Yeah.
every day. And I'm like, you're a builder. What are you going to go do with something that's not going to benefit you? And I'm not getting not anyone down.
No, not at all.
But I believe that people need to be able to realize what an engine this is. It's an engine. You need to be able to maneuver it for your personal gain.
Absolutely.
As a business owner. When I heard that, I was like, oh, cool, bro. Like, go for it. You know, like, hey, if that's what you feel is going to benefit your company more, then, hey, man, go for it. And I can't pull your string, you know?
Of course.
You know?
You were just giving them facts. You have no opinion in that.
Yeah.
You just say the facts are you're in the development business.
Yeah.
You go with a builder and development and that type of industry, right?
But that builder, he caught my attention when he told me what he was doing. And I was like, "What? Like, I've never heard that." And I guess it's a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, it is a thing. It is a thing. And the reason I bring that up is that I want to see you guys a little bit more involved.
Sure.
Right?
Okay.
I'm calling you out on a very professional side because
love it.
you guys are
Bring it.
great. We need you guys more involved.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I said, you know what, Bernardo, I'm going to call you.
I know. It's not
Yeah.
the first time you call me out, though.
And it's all cool, bro,
No, it's
because
all
you know
good.
what? This guy,
Put him on
this
blast.
guy,
He needs it.
No, it's not on blast. It's
I
not
do.
on blast because
On the record, I put him on
you
blast.
should
Look at
feel
I'm
you
not
should
saying
feel
anything.
good because we actually care enough to say, hey,
Right,
No,
no.
let's
that's the
bring you
key.
to the table.
True.
And I want to see you a little bit more around what we do.
That's the kind of like the tough love, right? If you're not saying anything, it's because,
Bernardo,
you
I-
don't
I
he needs
care.
it daily.
I think you give me the tough love same on Thursdays.
No doubt.
We talk business. No, I'm
No,
serious.
for
You,
real.
you got a
No.
soldier there, and
No, I get it.
And
Trust me.
and he's protecting Zarsky 100% of the time. But he sees what I see, and I see what he sees.
That's the key.
And we see eye to eye on that.
It's
And I
relationship.
and I appreciate that.
Right.
But we do need you guys way more involved. Okay.
We would like to be immersed with you guys.
Definitely.
Immersion.
Definitely.
And I think that's the key. I think, us understanding more of the builders, there's people that are not doing business with us. And look, if you have a great supplier, we respect that. We just want to come alongside you and see where we could add value. That's it. I think for us at the end of the day, we're not into this sniping customers and this backbiting and those kind of things. It's just to say, hey, if you have a service opportunity for us, we feel like we're a world-class organization, humbly, and we would love to expose you to some of that.
You know, Steven, right now, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
on that.
you're good.
I've had people that come into the organization, and I think I've said this before in the podcast. I'm sure I have. I've had people that come into the organization and have told me to my face, bro, this has changed my life.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I've had people that have also told me to my face, I didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, right.
And I'll tell you what. Let me interject you. Sorry to interject you. The guys that say I didn't get anything out of it. How many meetings did they attend?
And that's where I was leading to.
You get at what you
When
pay.
did
You get
they
what you
ever chime in and add value themselves?
Yeah.
You're not, and Mario said it from the get go, and he said, if you don't put anything in, you will not get anything out.
That's in anything. In life.
That's how life works.
Right. Period.
No, not even just with this organization.
Yeah.
Anything.
Anywhere.
I had people tell me that, and I'm like, man, I can't. First of all, it is not my job to do your job for your company. Right?
Number one.
And two is, if I would assume that if you're putting in $1,500 to be part of an organization, I would make every dollar count, man. It's $1,500.
Yeah, it ain't easy.
You get one client. I'm just talking. You get one client as a realtor. You get one client as a vendor. Anything. You're already paid your due.
with one
you're on the right
house
side. Yeah, you're on the
from
right side.
one builder that you didn't start with, you paid for your
It's all incremental.
exactly.
It's all incremental.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And we have people that have grabbed STBA and are running with it, man. Perfect example, Reese. Oh
my God.
This guy, and sometimes I'm like, man, this guy doesn't
Shout out.
stop. Yeah. Eric, from Reese. He's the manager there at Reese. And this guy doesn't stop, man. He started off by doing breakfast with builders.
Yep.
He's doing breakfast every week. There's every Thursday, he's doing breakfast with builders. In the beginning, I remember we showed up, we would go, there's a handful of builders, and now he's at the point where he's taking RSVPs. Hey, how many of y'all are going to come so I can make sure there's enough food?
Wow.
And it's just basically this, dude. This is an open conversation, and that's just people having open conversation, or he'll have one guy present some certain product that's coming out, blah, blah, blah. But I see him doing what he's doing, and to me, it makes me happy and proud for him, because I'm like, dude, you are taking full advantage of this network.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not gonna lie, I bought from Reese a very large amount of product just because of these events.
Yeah, we buy a bunch of our product from
I'm
them.
serious. I'm not just saying
No, I
that
get it.
because of that, but
No, I get it.
and he can tell you.
Yeah.
Eric could tell you, like, oh yeah, man, we've been trying to get a hold of him, and then this last time I said, you know what, just do it, Lisbeth, just get it done. I don't want to shop anymore. Just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all it took.
Yeah, it's relationships.
So
for
you
sure.
think those 99-cent Q tacos made it work? Yeah, it did. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
And it's the perfect example of using the network. And it's a network. I don't believe that you're in the network, and after this conversation, you will be. I believe
for
that you
sure.
should be.
No doubt about it.
Our main form of communication is through this network. I've had people that are like, hey, well, I had to silence the group chat because it's just so much coming in and out.
It's a good problem to have.
Exactly. I would be worried if there wasn't communication happening.
Exactly.
That would be a problem.
Yeah.
That shows no life.
No,
like you said, you need to see it living. It needs to breathe.
Yeah, it's got to be vibrant. For
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah.
And it really is. And I'm very grateful for every member that we have. I'm very grateful for all the people that support us. We have this fishing tournament coming up, and in June. It's gonna be June 28th and 29th. I want you guys to definitely be a part of it.
Please.
If y'all can
Sure.
jump
Please.
on, we have sponsorship opportunities and whatnot.
Get
We
all
already-
the guys down here, man.
That'd be awesome.
I want everybody.
It's gonna be crazy. We
be
already
awesome.
have close to 50 boats.
Oh, wow.
We already have close to 50
Holy
boats.
smokes.
It's gonna be fun, bro.
Yeah, no
it's
doubt.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, time.
Yeah.
So is this bay fishing or like deep sea fishing? What
No,
kind of
it's
fishing
Island
is
Bay.
this?
Yeah, it's bait fishing.
It's bait
Oh,
fishing.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got you.
No,
No,
not
I'm
deep
with
sea.
you.
Yeah.
I'm no
We'll-
deep sea fishing guy, bro. No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
But would that matter, Bernardo?
Kindergarten fishing basically is what we're doing.
So what we're doing,
That's what it is.
He's talking a big
you know,
game
I'll-
already.
I'll show you the-
That does sound like Bernardo.
I'll show you what we did. So for the fishing tournament, and we give everybody an opportunity, to be sponsors and stuff like that. And one of the this guy Paco, man, I'm telling you, the guy's
He's all over it.
he's a genius, man, and he's been throwing fishing tournaments for a little bit over 20 years down here in the valley. So he came up with this thing. He has a company that makes fishing shirts. It's called FinTech. That's his company, right? So he was like, hey, how about we use the same fabric for FinTech?
Nice. FinTech.
And he was like, well, we'll sponsor off the middle logo, and then we'll put a logo of each company on each sleeve. So this was the concept.
Oh, yeah.
And they put that one, and then they did one for
Nice.
girls with the STB in the back. Central Materials was a sponsor. Reese was another sponsor. And then so all these people already have boats in the water, right? And then we're doing sponsorships we have 57 Concrete that did a $5,000 sponsorship. McCoy's did a $5,000 sponsorship. We have Materiales del Valle that's talking right now. We have a bunch of $2,000 sponsorships. And everything's going to, so we're going to be at Louis' backyard June 28th and 29th. We're going to have banners all outside of Louis, and all these sponsors are going to be like thrown everywhere on these banners and everything.
Nice.
So there's a lot of opportunity for everybody. And like I said, man, like these guys, one of the guys that stands out to me most is a realtor. This guy is the also
Willowbrook?
not Willow. That guy Jaime Lee.
Okay.
For the fact being, like, that guy literally knows how to work a network.
Yeah.
You know, the guy just shows up and, you know, he don't care. He'll say hi to everybody. He'll go. There'll be 100 people at a lunch, and he'll just hey, like. And I'm just looking at this guy, and I'm like, look at this dude. And then I also see people that show up, and they just go and they go sit in their little corner, and, you know, I'm just here because I have to be here, and I have my company name on me, and I'm just here.
Yeah.
You know what I
We
mean?
don't want that.
Yeah, we're
No.
all different.
We don't want that.
You gotta get in there and attack the moment.
Yeah,
You
for
gotta
sure.
attack it. And that's what SCBA is, man. I don't think we've gotten to where we are as an organization by sitting back and waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
That's not who we are either.
No.
So now, Bernardo and Steven and Javi, what question do you guys have for STBA? What questions do you have for Mario? What questions do you have for a builder right here out of the Valley? Take some time and really understand that. And because we want to add value to the people that are listening to the podcast, because we are building the Valley one home at a time.
Man, that should be the logo right there. Gosh.
That's good.
We are.
No, that's good. Save it. That's the logo now.
Well, save it. Uli, that's not the logo.
That's the
Slogan. That's your little slogan.
Yeah. Slogan. What did I
Building
say,
the
logo?
Valley,
I'm sorry,
building
man. I
Texas
misspoke.
or something, one home at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, we really are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Gosh,
people
man.
more than one home at a time, like this guy. but
I don't know.
anyway.
I like to, I like to revert back to back to Javi, I think, or send this one to Javi because, quite frankly,
Shout out to
the
Javi.
guy who fumbled.
let's be honest, right? He's got what 20 plus years of experience one-on-one with customers, right?
Yeah.
Javi, what are you seeing? What are you seeing
my
out there
thing.
right now? Yeah, like, because you're out on the field, right? Like, you're on the field. You have to deal with the builders yourself. You have to go through.
Well, I hope he's out on the field, man. I call the other. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's always on
I've
the
been seeing
field.
a lot of subdivisions pop up, man.
Yeah?
I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Where more than anywhere?
oh, you know, Edinburgh, you know, far, you know.
He's a big
McAllen,
talker, by the way. You could
Yeah,
tell.
it's
So, I mean,
definitely.
it's, we're the diamond in the rough down here, man. It's just growing.
Why is it a diamond in the rough?
Stop questioning him.
Guys said 6 words and you shut him down.
We
him
go
alone,
way
dude.
back. I could do this to Javi. I could do this to Javi.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Javi.
Which, by the way, Steven, this guy owes me about $1,000. You want to know what? Do you want to know
Bernardo's
why?
good for it.
Do you know why he owes me $1,000? Do you remember why I tell you?
You told me the story.
Okay, do
I'm
you
not
know the
sure I want to
story?
share. I'm not
Okay,
sure I want to
share
share the
I'll
story.
share
though.
it. I'll share it. So we go to this customer appreciation in Cabo, which it was during COVID.
Yes.
Well, right when it was about to begin to be COVID, by the time before we went to Cabo, Deacon at the time would give us little goodie bags, right? And in the goodie bag, he put
I love you, Julio.
no.
Well, kind of.
You're my favorite.
Which, by the way, he always puts like the peanuts and like the Gardettos and like
yeah.
the stuff that you never eat, right?
Yeah.
But Deacon will eat
You
that.
know
He
his
was-
wife is the
I've
one that
known
does that,
Deacon
right?
Since I was like
and orange and an apple and like
Crawford.
spearmints and like things that I still probably have in my pantry
That you don't eat.
that I don't eat. Anyway, he had a mask. He had a mask, and of course you're like, I'm not gonna wear a mask. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? No. By the time we came back, everybody was wearing that mask. It was gold.
Yeah, for sure.
It was gold.
Did you tell me
And
you were like stealing toilet paper from
we?
the?
It's not stealing.
You were like, take
It's
it.
not stealing.
Yeah.
Every hotel accounts for that for every customer, so it's mine. We paid for it through the customer appreciation budget.
That's exactly right.
So we took the toilet paper, right? Anyways, we went to Cabo and we said, hey, why don't we get a yacht? We rent a yacht, a couple of us builders and guys, and Javi too. And we take, which I think we should do at Puerto
Javi.
Vallarta, by the way. And we have a yacht in the sunset, right? And everybody was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. And I said, you know what? I'll pay the music. So we had like this music thing or whatever. Well, it divvied up to everybody. Everybody's like $1,000. He never paid me.
Javi never had money.
He never
He didn't
paid
have money.
He had money. Have you seen his truck? He had money.
Oh, that's true.
Have you seen his watch?
Yeah,
He's got like a Hublot and
I don't know.
Rolex.
I can't even pronounce those
I
names.
couldn't afford. Yeah, I can't afford
I
that.
think that's
but-
more expensive than my house.
exactly. Anyway, he still owes me $1,000. That's why.
He's good for it.
I know he's good, and that's the thing. He's good for
Right
it.
now that you were talking about the money y'all put in for that, what was it? What was it?
It was like so honestly, it was a big old yacht.
Yeah.
It was a couple builders. It was Dynasty Custom Homes. It was a couple of us. I forgot who it was. Anyway, and we had some music, and it was a yacht, and it was like, how much was it? Like 3,000, something like that. It was totally worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, super.
You know, right now they're talking about that. So, what trips does Zarsky offer? You were saying it was Hawaii. Yeah. It was.
We're going to Puerto Vallarta,
Puerto
which your
Vallarta.
father's going to.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. But
In-
it's a different location every year.
Well,
All the time.
The thing is that
If I may,
the thing is that nobody knows where the next destination is going to be. You see, when we arrive, you know, on the trip, they have a welcome dinner,
A welcome dinner, yes.
open bar, everything real nice.
And then you announce it.
No.
When we
No.
have a farewell dinner the last night,
Yes.
and in the farewell dinner, that's where they announce where the next trip's going to be. So nobody knows.
Everybody's super excited.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
So this last time we were in Tahoe, it was announced right at the dinner,
Yeah.
and that's when we got to see a beautiful pair of white legs.
white,
Yes.
Best ones I've ever
muscled
seen.
up,
And
ripped
you
legs.
got the rib legs.
This guy.
Very vascular. Very vascular.
For sure, vascular.
But
get
the
that on
sandals
record.
he was wearing, bro. The sandals he was wearing.
Yeah, about 1987, we would call those Moses sandals.
They were Skechers.
They predate
Close-
Skechers on the record.
Closed toe Skechers.
I want to be on the record. They predate
No,
Skechers.
there were Doc Martens with the big old thing in the bottom.
I wanna go to this Puerto Vallarta trip, and I'll pay my own way. And the only
on. No,
reason
we
I
got
was-
you.
The only reason I'm saying that is because I buy all my lumber for my construction company through my dad.
Yeah,
So
we got
I
you.
always tell dad, like, hey, get on the way. You don't ever send me on a trip. It's not your time yet, motherfucker.
You got to pay your dues.
What the fuck? But talking about a value add. This year we had a CJ Construction in conjunction with Carranza Development. You were there.
I was there, yeah.
We're gonna go. The 5-year plan is to go statewide. But I met the Mostagassis, man. Shout out to the
Mostagassis
Mostagassis.
out in
From-
George,
Corpus.
shout out to George.
Shout out to George.
Yeah, no doubt.
I've been seeing him for the past 3, 4, 5 years, and we always chop it up real nice, real nice. And it's hard to get into his subdivisions. He only sells who he wants to, right? And we hit it off, and I'm reserving 5 lots to him.
Nice.
So this
Going to Corpus?
yes, sir. So this
Gotcha.
adds values.
Yeah.
This adds
Right.
value. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because and that's how you do it. You got Victoria, you got RC Homes, Roland Rodriguez. Shout out to that guy too.
Yeah,
I'll
shout out
send
to
him this.
RCR.
Yes, sir. So that in itself, for the people that want to expand to do more business,
Right.
you can only expand as much as you want to grow with the network that's around you.
No doubt about it.
100%. So I took advantage of that, and it's a win-win, right? Because we keep growing with Zarsky because you already serve that market,
Correct.
you already serve that customer, right? And I just wanted to put that out there so that
That's how
everybody
you
knows.
gained from this. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
More than I already
Yeah,
do, right?
yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cool things too that we're trying to come alongside Kodiak, that parent company, being in so many other states.
So Kodiak is a lumber company?
Yeah,
Okay.
they really are a holding company. They're a parent company, but there's multiple construction, right, hardware, building material, sheetrock, rebar.
'cause there's
They
like-
buy. They
yeah,
buy.
because my brother's a natural gas engineer, right?
Yeah,
So this guy graduated A&M Kingsville.
Okay.
So one of the companies that he purchases material, what he does now, well, he manages the construction of facility work, or he'll manage construction. Like they'll call him like, hey, this wellhead's not performing. You have to send all this equipment. He'll lay out a budget, $4 million, whatever, and then he starts calling companies. And one of the companies that he does a lot of purchasing from is Kodiak.
Yeah.
So I wondered if it was the same kind of company. They supply a lot of what are they called? Like compressors and
Right.
and tools for people to work on. Is that
Get an
something
AR
similar?
app for him as well. Make a note of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll come alongside him before long when we go e-commerce, because we'll have a lot of that stuff he's buying. No, Kodiak, if you really look at Kodiak and study it, it's the really cool thing about it is we have different divisions. So we have a division that is just lumber building materials. Then we'll have a division that's nothing but appliances. They're just
cool.
appliance, like a factory builder store, as an example, is part of they're a sister company.
Okay.
We'll have millwork, just doors, just windows, just truss plants. that does just truss panels. So literally turnkey for the most part. We have some of our sister companies would look like a Lowe's store.
Oh wow.
Diamond Home Improvement up in the Northwest looks just like a Lowe's store inside. So it's multifaceted. And where I was going with that, back to Julio's point, is we would really love to help our builders that are moving around. We have several of our builders that are building in multiple states, that we have the ability to put you with one of our sister companies, and you can build in other areas. And again,
That's awesome.
It's a huge advantage, where you already established, you already have credit, you already established, you already have a reputation, and we have
able to
The
leverage
transition
that?
should be.
You're able to leverage it.
yeah, for sure.
You don't understand the value add to that, to the entrepreneur that's
Right.
also a builder, right? So,
Right.
because you got those builders that build $1 million homes that only build 2-3 homes that
Right.
make a great living just building
Sure.
3-4 homes. You got those customers.
We do.
I've met
Absolutely.
them. I've met
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
But then you got that entrepreneur mindset that says, you know what? I want to go to Colorado.
No doubt about it.
I want to go to Virginia.
Why would you not?
Wherever you're at, and there's like, I need a contact there.
Yes,
And
sir.
then Steven says, say less, brother.
Yeah.
Let me get you in touch with that. Let's go on the flight
That's right.
over there and let's make it happen.
No doubt about it.
Why not?
Yeah, I think that's the huge advantage we have of our former Zarsky when we were independent, and we were limited. No disrespect, very successful company, but we were limited to South Texas, and we've got the ability now to network inside that Kodiak umbrella where we have that sister and brotherhood, and really help work cross functionally. And so we're learning how to leverage that better and better. We have one of our current largest customers in the Valley that's doing business with other components of our Kodiak brand. And most everyone in Corpus in that area is using FBS, Factory Builders, for their appliances.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, and they are absolutely
I feel like they don't want a stepchild.
yeah. Well, we can help you with that. But,
Can you adopt me?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, it's just a I think we're bringing, we've got incredible internal talent. That's the other thing that is mind-boggling for me when I go into Zarsky is the tenure. We have several people that have been with the company over 40 years. Several
Freddie?
people.
Freddie?
Several. Oh, yeah, there's several, though.
Yeah, he's one.
No,
of them.
Freddie?
Yeah, everybody knows Freddie.
Shout out to Freddie.
Shout out to Freddie.
For
We love
sure.
you. Thank you for your service.
That guy
Former
should-
CB, Navy CB, Freddie, who has so far the coolest cowboy hat I've seen in Texas so far.
And
so far.
I think he should be a part of the best mullet in Texas award. Yeah.
He is OG for sure.
OG mullet.
He is OG.
He's got a
Bro, he's
mullet.
OG.
He got the
He
mullet.
is OG.
Bro,
I want to
OG,
make
he's
a
OG.
I want to make a motion to have Javi. If Javi doesn't get a mullet, I ain't buying from Javi anymore. I want a different salesman, Bernardo.
I
You
got
better come out with your $1,000,
I
bro.
got you.
Can you either pay me my $1,000 or
Or
start
grow
growing a
a
mullet?
$1,000.
Which one is it?
$1,000.
Which one is it?
$1,000
All right.
That's all right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, but Freddie is Freddie's OG, but we literally have an associate that's been with us 60 years.
Wow.
We've got a couple of guys that have been with us over 50 years, and it's
That's refreshing.
you just don't find it. It just to stay somewhere 5 to 10 years is an anomaly any longer. And these guys are vibrant. Their knowledge, and it's amazing just to watch it. And they're coming alongside this new generation, and to watch them mentor these
Right.
20-year-old guys into how to build a load, which is an art,
It is.
right?
It
It's an
is.
art. It's a skill set to build a load properly. You think you just
go stack
slam a bunch of
lumber
lumber
and
and go
dump.
dump it. No, right? And so it's amazing to see. We're leading a multifaceted, multi-generational. And I'll say shout out to our female leadership here for just a moment. We we now have three assistant store managers, forgive me, that are female, and we're looking honestly to continue to grow. Ourselves. We want an environment. I have 2 daughters. I have 4 children. I have 2 daughters. And, if one of my daughters had a dream to be a store manager, be a vice president of this company, I want that to be a reality. And so I think we're really taking on some trailblazing in this industry.
I respect
And,
that.
yeah,
I
for
respect-
sure. No, I
You know,
do.
One of the strongest characters that I've met. I meet a lot of people, right? And I'm an observer, and also I like to read and learn,
Sure.
right? I read a lot, but I read people. a
Sure.
lot.
Yeah. No.
And I'm always learning because I believe that if you're not learning, you're not really progressing, right?
Yeah.
That's just my personal belief. So I'm always trying to teach myself stuff and whatnot. But one of the strongest characters that I've ever met has been Megan McCoy. That lady, have you ever had the chance to
Not
meet her?
in person. I've seen her some different social media things or videos.
I've gotten the privilege of meeting this person because of meetings that we go to, statewide, national-wide meetings, and they're always big sponsors and whatnot. And one of the representatives is also a big advocate of STBA, right? Manny, shout out Manny, whatnot. And when I met this person, I was like, holy shit! I have a daughter, right? And I was just like, oh my God. I was blown away with the character and the respect that she carried herself with.
no doubt.
It was, you knew that you couldn't fuck around. No. Like you knew that you were talking.
She knew her shit.
Yeah, you were talking to a serious person that knew her business.
Yeah.
And that was admirable.
Yeah.
It was something that I was like, you know what, that I respect it. And that's why you're at where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, that's
So-
why you're the VP.
Speaking of like female leaders, right? So coming from our industry, our previous industry,
Yeah.
I mean that's something I saw a lot of, right? A lot of strong leadership, female leadership, right? And coming to Zarsky, and having the opportunity to go to different branches within my first few weeks, man, that was something that was totally missing. It's still somewhat missing. So
Sure.
I'm happy to hear that. This is the first time I hear about us, taking on some female on the leadership role level. I think that's awesome. I think it's a step in the
Bernardo-
right direction.
Bernardo, sorry to interject. Do you identify as a female?
That's a great question, man. So I'm still pondering on that right now.
The
You
way
know,
I
thanks-
feel today,
Hey,
You know-
I had to throw in some comics in there because the current environment that we got going on right now is, to me, I think is crazy. Don't want to get too much into politics, but
Yeah.
but let's talk a little bit.
all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
not-
that's what the podcast is for.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say my point of view, but what we see out there right now is crazy.
Yeah.
You're talking about over here going from regular cash and carry to credit to going everything online portal.
Right.
If we're not using technology, if we're not using AI or start incorporating AI,
Right.
we're gonna be taking a
Behind.
backseat
For sure.
to people that are.
Yeah, for sure.
Because who's gonna be buying from you? Your daughter's gonna be buying. My daughter's gonna be buying. Right?
Right.
What are they gonna be used to?
Technology.
Technology, 100%.
Right.
So technology must be at the forefront, and it is in my company. We're taking aggressive steps and huge financial investments into that as we speak. And it takes time
No doubt about it.
because you got to educate the AI.
Right.
It conforms to what you tell
want
it.
it to do.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right. And it's still in an infancy to the public. It's not in its infancy to the people that are creating it.
Absolutely.
But to the public, it is. And so we got to get educated. So 100% we got to start doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Bernardo.
No, you're good.
I know you
So you
identified
s-
as a very conservative male.
Do I come
No, I'm
across
just
that way?
kidding. No, you do come across
Just
as
a
a
touch.
We're nothing wrong. Ain't
I'm
nothing
glad,
wrong
I'm
with
glad
that.
you noticed.
No. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I told him, oh, you're Mexicano. Like, no, I'm from El Salvador.
Those
Right.
are my roots.
There you
Those
go.
are my
There
roots.
you go.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's why. You know, right now that you brought that up, Julio, I couldn't. I had lunch, so I had lunch with this man, great man, and he's also a family man. He's got some boys or whatnot, and you know, one of his boys is at Longhorns, and the other one's here at Pan Am, right? So one of them's at UT.
Okay.
And I was like, man, how's it going out there with like everything that's happening with the riots and whatnot? And he was like, no, dude, they decided that they're gonna just go ahead and do it like they were doing it in the COVID time. They're gonna go and start doing virtual classes because the riots are still going on and they're destroying the school now, man. He's like, they're tearing down doors, breaking windows.
That's crazy.
They're keeping teachers from going into the campus, and I don't know. Like I have my daughter's about to be 5 months, right? I think to myself, we work all the time.
Right.
I got 2 phones on me that don't stop all day. Sometimes I'm like, dude, like it's nighttime and they're still going off, right?
You need to answer him, Mario.
all the time, and it just doesn't stop, right? And I think to myself, like, I don't know what's going on, and the little time that I do have to just sit in front of the TV, I see all these things that are happening on the exterior side of our little bubble that we live in,
Yep.
and I think to myself, like, what's gonna happen when my girl like goes to college? Like,
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that it would be the same way, but you see all these things that are happening. I saw some some video of a person saying that the reason we're protesting is because of this war that's happening, and I'm like, dude, like, what's going on with the world? Like, what is happening? I'm sorry, politics.
So things. My take is that things are always happening, no matter what.
Yeah.
So the only reason, not the only reason, but one of the reasons we know is because of technology. Mm-hmm. We know what's going on in China because of technology.
The exposure that everything gets nowadays.
In 1840, how long would it take for you to know what happened today in China?
No, forever.
Right now, we know in a second.
It's 24 hours.
Literally in a second.
24 hours. All 24 hours.
It's funny how, my grandmother, she's 80-something. And I FaceTimed her a couple years back, and she was just blown away.
Yeah, right?
She was just blown away from the FaceTime. It was just like, she was freaking out, bro. Yeah. And I love her to death. So that's what if someone from, she was born 1930 or something like that, 30-something.
World War II era.
So imagine us
Yeah.
Sure.
at the speed, right? So if you look at the graph as to how much
Like this.
technology,
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
it's just like
Oh, yeah, it's
Crazy.
Yeah,
intense.
Crazy.
So imagine how much things are going to advance when we're 70, God willing.
You remember COVID? I'm sure COVID affected each and every one of us differently.
Sure.
My mom's grandma went through the Great Depression, and she told my mom, and this is a conversation with my mom, right? My mom was telling me that when they went through the Great Depression, she grew up in
Stark County.
It's Stark County in a ranch. She grew up in a ranch. They lived the ranch life. She said they didn't feel anything.
No.
She's like,
She wouldn't know the difference.
She's
My
like,
people
I
didn't either. No.
She's
If you had no money and you had no stocks, when the stock market crashed, if you had no stocks, it doesn't,
it's
they
just
had no
nothing
clue.
to crash.
That's
yeah,
what she
farmers. I mean, my people were farmers. All of my great-grandparents were
No
farmers.
impact.
No, none at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, that they didn't feel anything, and that they would hear. Imagine that they would hear through people, through conversations that over here in McAllen and in Edinburgh, it was really bad.
Yeah.
But you're talking about, like, dude, like Roma is like, what, an hour away?
Yeah.
45
That's
minutes?
very
Yeah.
interesting to me, man.
That's crazy.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a song, Bernardo get a kick out of this. There's an old song that says, someone told us Wall Street fell, but we were so poor we couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah.
Which was that one?
Yeah, it's the old group Alabama. They had a song, and that was the truth. I remember my grandparents saying that, it was a couple year run, but it just, at the end of the day, if you had no money, you had no money.
Didn't matter.
So poor was poor.
Didn't make no difference.
Made no
Say
difference.
they lived on the Great Depression already.
Yeah,
I'm really
they were
enjoying.
surviving.
I'm really enjoying this podcast with you guys, man.
We
It's
enjoy it too. We're honored to be
Super
here.
freaking cool,
Yeah,
man.
we're honored to be here.
Thank
Super
y'all.
freaking
Yeah,
cool.
no kidding, man.
Get
Thank
deeper
you.
in. Yeah,
Thank
we'd love
you.
to get deeper in.
I
for
know.
sure.
I should have.
So what does that mean?
That's an hour.
That's over.
No,
So
no,
no,
it's just an hour.
it ain't over.
Oh, okay.
It ain't over to the fat lady.
Yeah,
said.
it's literally, that's what I was going to say.
Just keep chopping.
I appreciate you letting that sweat like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah,
by the way,
Cheers. Salute.
Salute.
Ice
Cheers.
cube.
Hey,
Congratulations
Over here.
on the
Cheers.
position that you
I
took
don't-
on.
no, I'm honored. Thank
I don't
you.
want to put this on the mic. Okay, we're good.
I hope you're. So, Steven, let us know what happened yesterday. What kind of adjustments you had to make to your schedule to make it down here? Be
Yeah,
honest. Be honest.
yeah, no.
Who called you? Who told you about it? Tell us all the.
Yeah,
the
so
thing that
I think for us, it just we're growing, and so we had a lot of interviews lined up that were kind of evening interviews for today, afternoon, middays, and man, we lit up the bat phone and hey, could you accommodate? Some we moved to Friday, which is fine. And so we were honored. Made about a 4-hour journey down to spend some time with you guys. We'll do 4 hours going back.
Thank you so much.
And
Are you doing that
awesome.
tonight?
yes, and shout out to the Border Patrol. We love you guys. And if you'll let the guy from Alabama through,
Yeah, quicker.
with no challenges.
I don't think there'll be a challenge. Something tells me that.
I will say, if you go through with Alabama plates, that can be a challenge.
Really?
Someone told me about that on the record.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it can be a little challenging.
There you go.
But, hey,
For the
that's
mud
okay.
bugs.
For the mud bugs. And, so no, it's awesome. We're honored to be here with you guys, and looking forward to growing the relationship deeper.
Well, I hope I can get your commitment on the record
Yeah,
that
you
you
got
guys that you guys can be a little bit more committed. Not committed because you guys always been committed, but you got to be a little bit more involved.
Active is
I
what we
would
would like to be.
immersed.
We can be immersed. I think
Immersed.
just,
You
keeping
said
us,
that.
Yeah, keep us on the front side of it. What's coming. If you got some kind of calendar you're building out, you
We
ask
do.
about what
We have a
Yeah.
calendar.
And I think we'd grab that and put it in our Outlook, and it's easy.
You
as
will
that.
be plugged in yourself into it
Bring
so
it.
that you will at least see everything that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm very active on it.
Yeah.
I have to be. I'm always in communication with all the members.
100%.
Letting them
He
know
does.
what's
He's
going
real
on,
good at
where
that.
it's going, what
So
we're doing.
question
Can't hurt
for you
anybody.
guys, right? So since we're talking about STBA, so what led to the formation
That's
or
right.
or
I
the
wanted to ask the same thing.
the
so that's good.
beginning
Yeah.
of STBA?
I think
where did the
Julio-
idea come
I
from?
think Julio can tackle that.
Yeah, I can attack that question or answer it. And I actually had a meeting with Bank of South Texas today. Shout out to Joe and Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Shout out.
Margarita. Anyways, I told them that once upon a time we went to a Sunbelt Builder Show, which is a state of Texas builder show for the Texas Association of Builders, and there was no representation from the Valley. And I went ahead and talked to the local representative. How can we get more involved? Fell on deaf ears. COVID happens. No assistance whatsoever. So we literally took it upon ourselves to get a couple of builders and say, hey, man, they ain't hearing us out. Let's start talking amongst ourselves. Just talking, right?
Right.
One thing led to another, and it said, hey, let's just start our own thing, right? Because we have no representation at the state level.
Right.
We have no representation down here per se, right? And again, this is my personal opinion. Actually, fact.
For the
because-
people that don't know the representation part, and
Yeah.
I got asked this question, it is imperative and very important to have representation from every region of every corner of this state, beautiful state that we live in.
It's huge. Second largest state in the nation.
We what he means by representation is that there are laws that are being passed that are being voted on by builders and associates, and we never had a say-so on these laws.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about, the region of the Valley.
Okay.
When he went to that builder show and he got word of this knowledge, like, you know what do you mean? Like, there's laws that are being passed that we can vote on. There's no representation here.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I give all credit to Julio whenever I can. And when people ask me, hey, how did it happen that you started
So-
running up there and stuff? Go for
Right.
it.
So I guess, was there something in particular that struck us in saying,
Yeah, there was no
hey,
representation.
well, just that
None.
alone, nothing that you said, hey, that's going to affect me and my business.
Well, yeah, that, because think about it. So the Texas Association of Builders, they're a big, how do I say this? Because I know they're watching, right? Because
Yeah.
we get phone calls every time after this happens, by the way. Hello, everybody from the RGVBA and the Texas
out
Association of Builders. And I quote, no, they're not, we don't vote on laws, but they're a big lobbying group, right?
Gotcha.
The CEO, Scott Norman, is an attorney. Ned Munoz is an attorney, counsel for Texas Association of Builders. And they do a phenomenal job.
Great.
Phenomenal job. I don't think there's a stronger advocate for Texas builders than the Texas Association of Builders. But they have regions in the state.
Yeah.
And there's one for the Valley and Laredo. And guess how many representatives have been there for the past few years? Facts, not opinions.
It's a fact.
Guess how many?
I'm going to say none.
None, right?
Okay.
That's what kind of initiated everything.
But not
right?
just us, bro. Not just us. Laredo too. You know,
Okay.
we're not just talking about the Valley. I don't want people to think, oh, they're no. It's not just the Valley.
Our
It's us.
region.
It's our region.
The region that we have also encompasses San Antonio and Corpus Christi, the coastal bend, right?
Right.
And they're active. They're super active.
Yeah.
But they've always wanted to have the Valley active. Anyways, let's fast forward because we can go on forever, right? So we said, no, that's not going to work. We need a voice, right? And we started it, and we got some real good feedback from other builders and whatnot. And we just started the organization, and we said, you know what, we're going to be very selective initially. So let's charge a hefty fee of $1,500 because it's hefty, so that people that are serious join us,
Right.
right? People that are serious can join us, and people that were serious joined us, right?
Okay.
And fast forward, it's still an ongoing battle. We are not nationally chartered. We are not Texas. We're not state recognized. I understand that. But what good does it do to be nationally recognized and state recognized if you don't add value to the builders? When was the last time you got a call from the other organization?
Never.
Exactly. And that's been heard amongst various people and builders. And guess what? You probably will get a call after they see this video. Right?
Possibly.
And that's okay.
1-800 Bernardo.
1-800 Bernardo. El Salvadorian.
Don't call after 8. That's all I
There
gotta
you
tell
go. So, it's not fair that we start doing all the work and then all they have to do is, hey, you know what? You were once upon a time with us. Well, guess what? You were the only organization that could have been there.
Right.
But then you get some guys that and other companies that are wanting to do the right thing, and then now we get attention.
Okay.
Right. So that's how it started, and it was a couple of builders.
Okay.
And then automatically our first member, shout out to Mr. Alonso Cantu, man. You know, the Don, right? The guy that
He's the main dude,
he's the main guy, Lone Star National Bank, Valland Title, DHR. I mean, you guys know who the guy is, right? And he was the first person that believed in us immediately.
Okay.
Immediately. Shout out to that guy. And he's been very instrumental.
Okay. So I guess the value added to that on your end would be, since we're talking about value added, right, would be just simply the presence of South Texas builders, right, specifically.
Builders
you
specifically.
You said Laredo, right? Having that voice and I guess that representation overall.
Exactly.
That's basically the end game here, or
Yeah,
Well,
I mean we're too big. We're too big and too important of a economy, as a sole economy. We're too
agree.
big and too important
To be ignored.
not to be represented, just because some people don't want to do it, or don't want to put in the time. You know?
We're not even recognized, and we make an effort to go over there as a non-recognized individual.
You know what they told me? They're
so,
like,
what needs to happen? Well, hold on. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
I like those questions.
Yeah.
So what needs to happen for the recognition to be state recognized? What's the process? I don't know it.
So the executive officer would do this.
Well, the way that it works is like this. It's a pyramid, right?
Okay.
At the top, you have the National Association of Home Builders, and then you have Texas Association of Builders on the right, and then you have every local jurisdiction on the left.
Gotcha.
In order to be part of TAB, the Texas Association of Builders, you have to be part of NAHB
First.
So it's not about going straight to Texas. You got to go straight national.
Yep. It's
And
a federation.
Ah.
It's a federation.
Okay.
And the way that it works
like
is that every
Local.
every state has their counties, right? So every local controls a certain county, and the only way you have this title of being nationally recognized if you control counties. So our counties are Star, Hidalgo, Cameron, and Willacy, right? We live in Hidalgo. We operate in Hidalgo. We conduct business in Hidalgo.
We control Hidalgo.
We
Nah, I'm just kidding.
we live here. You know what I mean?
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Sounds like
We live here, right? This is
Yeah.
where we do our
Yeah.
business. We find out that the charters, it's ran by the other organization. We can't take it. We can't be.
There can be 2 in 1.
They can't be 2 in 1.
There
Yeah.
can be 2 in 1.
Okay.
And the only way for there to be 2 in 1 is a simple letter that says we are okay to coexist, and they won't sign it.
Yeah. So we just need a letter that
I'm
literally.
connecting the dots as you're speaking
we
right
just
now.
need a letter that says, it could be a Word document that says, you know what, both executive officers have
good.
agreed to
Allow them.
coexist in Hidalgo County,
And
and
they're
we're
saying
going to
no.
operate. And I mean, they've gone as far as to call and talk bad about me to like the state and national level, and it's kind of sad, bro.
Oh,
because-
he's fired up now.
because it's
He's fired. You saw that?
I
He's
think
fired
I
up.
think I asked a really good question.
I'm good. It's in the second hour of the podcast, so
Who's
that's
running this podcast
Kind of
alone?
lathered up.
It's all
Off we
good.
go.
It's all good because we do look here at STB is one thing, man. We do things honestly, transparently, and we don't mess around.
Okay.
We take care of our people, and you can ask any member that we have. We take care of all our people. We give everybody the opportunity to come out and put your name out there.
Yeah, for sure.
We give you the opportunity to sit down with builders. We give you the opportunity to promote yourself. We want everyone to be successful. There's enough for everyone to go around.
I agree.
You know, to me, I'm going to be honest, the way I feel about the whole situation is national or not, it's not going to make or break STBA because STBA is alive. STBA is breathing, and we're moving forward.
Okay,
That's
so
the key.
is it safe, Mario, to say that whether we're nationally recognized or not, we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna represent regardless?
Yep.
Oh,
whether
yeah.
there's a title behind it or not.
I
Yeah.
still, dude.
Is that safe?
Look. I'm gonna give
Very
you.
safe.
I'm
Locally
gonna
led.
answer your question. I still, without anyone telling me or anything, I go to these national and state meetings
Yep.
as an STBA representative, and you know what they told me this last time? They're like, "Oh, Mario, you can't be talking on these meetings because you're not a member." And I was like, "I'm not a member." They're like, "You're not a member, so you're not a member of your local jurisdiction." I was like, "Okay, well, problem solved." I called my wife and I was like, "Hey, become a member of Corpus right now." Really? Yeah, do it now. She becomes a member within 30 minutes. I go up to the same lawyer that told me I was like, "I'm a member now, bro."
Oh.
Wow,
He did that.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
It's not slick. It's
the
100%.
the
But
rules.
that's how it works. And you know what? How many people were there from the RGV?
I'm assuming just him.
No, it was him, me, and Mr. Villanueva.
Okay.
Mr. Villanueva.
This past time.
I
Next
got
time
you.
it's going to be more. So why are we so adamant if our impact is local to continue doing that? Because you know what? We stand for something,
Yeah, for sure.
right? We stand for
Absolutely.
something, and we're going to be real necios, bro. It's like, you know, the best people that are necios are our kids. Dad, can I have a candy? No. Dad, can I have a candy? No. Candy? No. Candy. God damn it, yes, get the freaking candy, bro. Just shut the fuck up.
Right.
That's us.
Yeah.
Can we get chartered? No. Can we get chartered? No. Can we get chartered? No. Can we get chartered? We're going to keep going until we get chartered.
Okay.
Until you guys call your local reps from Victoria, from Corpus, to say, you know what? I stand by these guys.
You know
man.
what? You know what the beautiful part is that we have people from Corpus, we have people from Victoria, we have people from San Antonio, we have people from Lubbock, we have people from Dallas, we have people from all over the state, bro.
They
All
know
over the
us
state.
personally.
And they're supporting us. They're like, dude, we need you guys in, and we need everybody else out. Like literally, and they like how you said. You can read energy.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
can see the life, the heartbeat in
That's the
something.
key.
You know what, man? When something is dead, it's dead.
Yeah.
And you know what? It takes a person to kill something, and you know that job has been done by itself.
Yeah.
So we're just thriving. We're moving forward. Look, bro. We're over 100 members strong.
So I'm glad I asked the question because
Yeah,
I mean
thank
you and I kind of sort of touched bases on that when we were in Tahoe, and but it wasn't in this
depth.
deep,
Yeah,
right? It
of
wasn't
course.
this deep, and I
It
sort of-
wasn't the time.
Yeah, I sort of understood what you were talking about, but I just wasn't connecting everything.
Yeah, because you were
together.
very under the influence.
No, sir.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
sir.
I was.
You
I was.
were. You made absolutely no sense.
I remember. hey, Bernardo. I remember Melissa was
you know what
like,
I'm talking about?
the
No,
next,
I'm
the next
I
day,
told
Melissa.
Vanessa, take him to
Yeah,
the room, please.
Melissa said, "Take him. He's done. He's done." Melissa the next day, she's like, "Bernardo said you were done. You were just so out of line." And I'm like, "What do you mean I was out of line?
I was having a great time.
Give me 30 more minutes to go to sleep. Get out of here. Come on." No, so yeah, you know, thank you for asking those questions because those questions need to be asked.
Well, what
and
question you want to ask? You said you had one more question.
No, that was it.
Oh,
That's why I
okay.
said I'm glad I asked the question.
Yeah. Thank you.
That question because I was curious.
It's very important. We're big advocates, right? We're big advocates into our local economy.
There's a problem if you look at the companies that have joined STBA and left the other persons, and you see the volume that they built. You got the Waldos. Why would Waldo Homes? You are their salesman. You know what they built. These guys.
Quality product,
These
bro.
guys are not building you anything other than a freaking mansion.
Yep.
Why would they, out of all people, cover after cover after cover after cover after cover of magazine, winner after winner after winner after winner after fucking winner, leave?
Why would they leave?
Yeah. So I mean that's a
It's
great
the
question.
truth.
Right?
No
There's
opinions.
a reason,
No
right?
opinions.
No, I'm with you. It's
No
facts.
opinions. Just facts, right? Like, no opinions. I don't want to opinionate on anything.
It shows you the state of the union. It shows you the state of where things are, and it took builders like Julio. It took a group of builders to be like, look, dude, we're not putting up with this anymore. We need help.
Yeah.
How bad was coronavirus or the corona pandemic or anything? For everybody. Dude, I remember I was like, dude, I didn't even know if we were going to be able to leave our houses the next day.
We were essential.
That's
We
how
were
serious
essential.
things were.
Yeah, we were fortunate to be
You know,
essential.
and they were skyrocketing in pricing.
Sure.
There's all these things happening. It took people like himself that were like, dude, we need help. Everybody else has closed the doors on us. There's nowhere we can go to get some sort of guidance. And these guys got together and created that.
Yeah.
Hey, but shout out RGVBA. Shout out. I love you. We love you.
Were you supposed to say that?
Yeah, of course.
It's on the
Shout
note
out to
card.
them, Mario.
Everything's
It's
an
on the
opinion.
note card.
Shout out to them, Mario.
It's all an opinion, man. And you know what, bro? Everybody's just doing their best.
That's the key.
Everyone's always just trying to move forward. We're just trying to move forward. We care about legacy.
Oh,
This
yeah,
isn't
for
something I care about what my dad's built.
Yeah, for
And I care about what my mom's built. You know, my dad today, we were having a lunch meeting. My dad today says that he worked himself to the bone to the point where he almost died.
No, I get it.
My dad's like, dude, I was building 35 to 40 custom homes by myself. No team, just your mom.
That's insane.
Yeah.
He's like, just me and your mom.
That's insane,
Just imagine, bro.
No.
That's too much. That's too much stress.
That guy was like, dude, and he's like, because of the stress, he got sick. He's like, I sacrificed my health, I sacrificed my mental health, I
Not
sacrificed
worried.
my life.
Not worried.
Now, I mean, the stepman's taking a step back now. You know, now he's got me, he's got my brother. You know, he's brought us together. We're helping him out, but
It's awesome.
there's people like him that make me want to keep pushing and doing the right thing. Because I'm like, how am I going to let what the old man has busted his ass for go to waste?
Yeah, for sure.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I think for us, we love all of Texas, all the cities we serve, but I will tell you there's something, as an outsider coming in, I said this before we went live, so you can give me testimony here. This is not for the camera. There's something very unique in the Valley. And you asked me earlier, what is it? For me, there's a very granular, real, spiritual connection that when I came, it was the most accepting environment that I've ever walked into. And I did 14 relocations
We love to hear that.
in my former life. And you just feel welcomed. You feel immediately like part of something.
Have you ever been a judge for homes?
No.
If you would like,
Let's do it. Yeah.
If you would like-
you could do that.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
so if you would like, I would love to have you as a judge. So last year was our first year for the Gallery of Homes where we hired Paco. You know, now we got Paco and Jose Vielma
The Don and the Don Jr.
running it.
Shout out.
Now, we got some power hitters that know what they're doing, and I believe in letting people do what they do.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Last year we had 3 judges. We had a guy come down from Houston. He was a judge, and then we had 2 local guys. We had the guy that runs the construction program from SCC, and then we had a judge.
Yeah, for sure.
No, the DA.
Oh, the DA. Yes, sir. I would love to have you as a judge.
be honored.
That'd be awesome.
Be honored. Yeah,
Amazing.
It's called the
I'd be
Gallery.
honored.
It's called the Gallery of Homes.
Be
And bring
honored.
your wife.
Oh,
Bring
yeah,
your
for
wife.
Sure. Bring everybody. Yeah.
It can be
We're
a
gonna stay
full
with-
day.
We're staying with Julio.
Dude.
Of course, I'd love.
no,
No, no, no, no, no, no, no.
We got
So
Airbnb.
let
No,
me tell you
he's
something.
got you.
Let me tell you something. A couple of the guys on the board are blessed financially, and we got property, so we offer our Airbnbs.
Yeah, no, bro.
To the people down here.
No, I'm in the main home. I'm not staying in Airbnb. I'm staying with you. Like
Damn
in your
it.
house.
Start barbecuing.
Hey,
It's not, it's not Bernardo.
Hey,
Bernardo
let me,
can stay in
hey,
Airbnb.
Steven, let me tell you this.
Did he
let me
just say Airbnb?
No, let me tell you this.
I think
if
so.
you get my wife, if you get Melissa on that, I'm all in,
That's
bro.
a wrap
It
already.
ain't me, bro. Like, just tell
Already a
Melissa.
wrap. That's a done deal.
Just tell her, Melissa, when you go to Puerto Vallarta, you're getting the presidential suite.
it's
and then,
happening.
yeah, she's
That's
in.
already a done
It's a
deal.
wrap.
Oh, done deal. All right.
It's a wrap. Did he say Airbnb to me?
What is that?
I wanna
I think the
record it.
Airbnb we got are better than my
gotta
home,
be
but I
talking to
guess.
Bernardo.
You know what I mean?
I love it, bro.
Dude,
I love it.
dude, I'm getting up like coffee time in my shorts at his house.
There you go.
On record.
Without a shirt, barefoot.
What's for breakfast?
You seen my legs? I ain't hiding.
Vascular and cut.
For sure. Yeah, for
Cut
sure.
and vascular. Anyway,
Oh,
thank you
God.
so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
appreciate that.
We're honored.
That
to
is
do it.
awesome.
Yeah, we're honored to do it. We're all in. Yeah,
That's
we'd love
awesome.
to do it.
When is this? When is this taking place?
October or
It's
September?
the last weekend of October, first weekend of November. So it happens within like the Halloween time.
I got
So and then we do the awards in December.
Bonfire.
This past year we had 16 homes, bro.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had 16 homes this
It's a
past year.
2-day event for
Yes,
sure.
sir. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
2-day
all
event.
good.
To you know,
Yeah.
Where this year we're gonna start promoting and all that good stuff already, and we're looking at having about 20 houses come in. We had 16. We're looking at 20 now, but I mean the number could grow. It took Ulises. Thank you so much for head spearing that.
Shout
Like,
out, bro.
That guy right there. Look, man, that guy doesn't get enough credit. I respect him. I love him so much because he took it.
No homo.
He took the opportunity.
Straight brother love.
This guy took all the judges to every home, and I was like, bro, they got how many minutes did we give them, Ulises? 3? Huh? I was like, they got 10 minutes, bro.
all I want to
to
say
judge
is,
this
how
house.
did you meet Uli?
Through you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Mic drop.
He's the freaking dude, man.
Gotta give
And he
credit.
took them all, and he would be like, hey, and I was like, you need to tell me where you're at, where you're moving, what you, like, everything. All right, we're leaving this house. Boom, we're over here. Now we're leaving this house.
So,
Shout out.
just for an ignorant person like myself, right? So you guys go from location to location. So you're gonna do 20 homes.
He does. So
Okay, he
if,
does.
let's say if we do get 20 homes in this year's gallery, we'll break it down in half.
I got you.
I want to break it down to like Saturday, you're only going to do 10.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, you do another 10.
And by the
Yeah,
way, in the South Texas Builders Alliance board, and I speak for the board, we want to make it very Southern hospitality, man. We want to make everybody that's taking time away from them. Make sure you guys get wine and dine. Last year, we took them to Ambra. Make sure that you guys got the
Yeah.
best treatment. You know, we want to make sure that
We
you
have
are
a-
taken care of, bro.
We had a podcast where we went over the rules
Yep.
completely with
Yep.
the board and the
Yep.
judges
Yeah.
to let everybody know, like, hey, this is what you're going to be scoring. This is what you'll be grading on. And then we went as far as to announce the grades at the awards.
That's awesome.
Hey, let me show you why you didn't win.
yeah, exactly,
And
right?
let me show you why you won.
Okay,
You know what I
that's
mean?
pretty cool.
Let's
Of
put
course,
it all
bro.
out
Pretty
there.
of course.
Because you know what? We're not playing
Transparency.
favoritism
Yeah,
here.
transparency.
And at the end of the day, we need your help because we ain't nothing without our affiliates.
Hey, we're all in it together. I think.
Thank you
for
so
us-
much,
yeah.
Stephen.
No, I think for us, it's you talk about growing it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think coming along in numbers is unfortunately this influence you need with Congress and legislation.
It's facts, right?
Yeah, I think factual. It's about numbers, and
Yep.
and I think for us, it's we have to have a voice together, and it's not that we really want to be in that political arena, but if we're not,
It's
we-
necessary.
We have to have a voice. We have to have a voice.
Unfortunately, it's necessary.
Yeah, regulation forces
need
you to
it.
have a voice. You have to have it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I can sit here and tell you that when I came into the position as CEO, I remember I asked Ronnie, I was like, hey man, can I try that? I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew is that I was gonna run it like I run my dad's company, right?
Right.
And
That's what you said.
Yeah, I was like, look, my dad's always been the person's like, if you gotta ask me what you need to do,
I don't need you.
I don't need you. Straight up.
Old school.
Yeah, like why do I have to tell you what you need to do? You should be able to think for yourself.
Yeah.
I want
You
to
gotta be
take.
able to
I
think.
want to take the time and tell Mario, motherfucker, you are great at what you do, and
Appreciate you.
you know
Thanks,
we no,
Appreciate you having us here.
We appreciate you, and
we're honored. We're honored to be here.
Thank you so much for everything they do, man. And I know I'm always on you, but you're like little brother to me, and I mean nothing but the best for you.
I
Bro.
appreciate that.
You know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know that, Mario.
Yeah, I know, bro. I
Okay,
know.
very good.
And everything I do, I try and do it for the right of everybody, bro. And it's not easy because people are like, well, you're in the middle, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm in the middle, and there's different characters.
There is.
There's so many characters. Think about it. We have 104 companies in there, so it's 100 and something. 100 and, in the group chat where everybody's in there is 178 phone numbers in there. Wow. And I got to deal with everyone's character, and everybody wants something.
But you're doing a good job, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Fabulous.
I'm not in that thread, so I don't know.
You will be.
Well, you will be, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys.
We're honored to be here. Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on. And if there's anything else you all would like to share before we close out,
No, we're good.
No, man. I just thank you once again. I know that we said that a few times, but I know that it was a long time.
What?
we got. Hey, how many likes, shares, and all that stuff? So what we do on every podcast, we ask our members to like, comment, and share the podcast, and that puts them in a raffle.
Nice.
So last week's raffle was a dinner for two here at Ambra, which is a high-end
nice.
restaurant.
Yeah.
This year it's a
This year. Come on, another way. Cut him off. Cut him off.
This year's podcast it's a
Today's podcast.
Today's podcast is a debit card. It's like a debit card with $150.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Very good.
It's $150. Yeah.
Okay.
So we get people that, and then they get placed on this wheel. So Ulises is going to take care of the wheel.
And what do you say? What do you say?
Then we got a lot. He said, and I saw the wheels. Like it looks like a
He
lot
said
of people.
we got
The
we
most
got-
ever?
He's like, we got tens and tens of likes. Tens and ten. Is it like tens and tens of likes?
Holy cow. Hey, we'd be honored to come back.
How many views?
Anytime. We'd be honored to come back with you guys anytime.
One view.
On the record. Can we come out of this?
Not yet.
Can
Not
we
yet.
just talk?
Wow.
No, I was just going to say, can we just have a talk without?
No. So right before
Can we get
was
off the ringer?
right before we started talking about the likes, I
Yes,
just
sir,
wanted
Bernardo.
to say, hey man, thanks, Mario. Thank you so much. I know that it's been a long time coming. I know you've asked me to come here a while back.
Various times.
Various times.
Various times.
Unfortunately, scheduling was a bit of an
course.
opportunity. So hopefully you
Yep.
understand that.
I do.
And I know I got an opportunity to meet Mario on a couple of occasions, right?
Yes, sir.
I think
Yes, sir.
I think the most interaction we had was bowling, and I didn't get the best out of that interaction because he was terrible, like I mentioned earlier.
Of course he was.
But no, thanks again, man. Certainly appreciate it, and looking forward to what's next.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. We appreciate your support.
Yeah.
We're honored.
And I'm super excited to see what's to come from Zarsky itself.
Yeah, we're honored.
and the relationship with CJ Construction
You
and
guys,
also
you guys
SBA.
are going to come on to the fishing tournament, right?
Absolutely.
I really want to see Sarsky's logo on that banner
Yeah, we
when,
can help
when we
that.
get there.
Yeah, no doubt.
That'd be
No doubt.
awesome.
We're in.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All
So
right, so we're going to get Steve. Come on, Steven.
Come on, Steven.
so you guys do that
Who's the
live?
winner? Who's
we
the
do it
winner?
live.
Yeah.
We do it live. So all you have to
Tell
do,
him what to do. Tell him what to
all
do.
you have to do is click on the middle circle, and then Ulises will move it. So look, I'm going to hold it here for you guys to see. Okay.
All right. Who's the winner?
Paco!
Isn't that who we were talking about
Yes, we were.
He's going to call me. Give me my shit.
Shout out to Paco.
Shout out
And
to
he said
Paco.
the thing around him was a fanny pack.
Yeah, it was a fanny pack. It
It's
said
a fanny
night
pack.
party.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Paco we're gonna use up his gift card right now at the bar.
Yes,
so.
we are.
Thank you,
Yes, we
Paco.
are.
In
You heard it,
advance, bro.
Paco.
Thanks.
Thank
In
you.
advance,
Nah,
bro.
but you know what? Big shout out to Paco because that guy believed in us and he helped us with our gallery last year.
Absolutely, yep.
And if it wasn't for him, I believe in giving credit where it's due. Paco, thank you so much for the work you've put in. Thank you for everything that you do for the organization. He's not a paid employee other than when he does do the gallery of homes. But this guy does it because he believes in the cause and he believes in us. And as a friend, I'm forever grateful with you, brother. And I know the board is as well, man. So thank you, Paco. I really appreciate you.
sir. Shout out.
I wanna say thank you to Zarsky for
you.
coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, no, pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
Pleasure meeting you. And everybody that viewed the podcast today, we just want to say thank you. We humbly love each and every one of you, and we hope that you keep tuning in. We're going to bring podcasts to you that have meaning and have value, just like this one.
Exactly.
And anything you all need, just hit us up through these social medias that I don't control, Ulises does, and they'll get to me. Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys.
yeah.
God bless.
All right.
Thank you
Take
guys.
care, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you.
Bye.